Over the years, we have seen a ton of Pokemon wearing costumes get released in Pokemon Go, and I think some of them definitely stand out. In this video, I'm going to be doing a tier list of every single costume Pokemon that we've had so far, and this is in spirit of the Halloween season. So yeah, I think this is going to be really exciting. Let's get right into it. Alright y'all, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So today we're going to be doing a tier list for every single Pokemon with a costume, and I think this is going to be a very long video because as I was looking up all the costume Pokemon that we've gotten so far, turns out we've had 274 different costume Pokemon released in the game. That's insane to think about. So yeah, this is all because it is the Halloween season, and with the Halloween season, they always release some new costume Pokemon, so I wanted to do this tier list. I thought it would be a lot of fun. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, here we go. We're just gonna get right into this, and yeah, there are so many costume Pokemon that we need to cover. So I'm going to try to expedite this and group some of these together. So let's start this off. This is the Shedinja Bulbasaur. I'm actually going to put this in the C tier along with these. These are all really cool. I do think that for the most part, they are quite unique. This is actually the cloned Venusaur. The reason why I'm putting these in the C tier is because they're not necessarily that special. I think a lot of players do find that they are quite unique, but like, for example, the party hats, I'm actually going to put these into D tier just because they come back so often. It's not hard to get any of these. And then this one we get every so often with Halloween. That is the reason why I'm going to put it in the C tier. And I'm going to kind of do the same for these. Actually, for the Pikachu visors, I'm going to put them in the B tier just because when it comes to them, they are quite rare. I'm going to put these here. All right, and then we got the cloned. Let's see. So we got the cloned starters, like right here. I'm gonna put these in the B tier as well. So these are essentially in the B tier because you don't often see them. Actually, you do see these every now and then. But the B tier ones like these, I think they've only been in the game maybe once or twice. So if you were to have any of these, especially the shiny versions, they're definitely going to be quite unique. And I think a lot of players are always asking for those in trade. So yeah, this is the Halloween Squirtle. I'm going to put this in the D tier. We've seen it so often. Same with this, same with that, and same with that. Again, with the party hats, we see them so many times. It's, you know, it's literally New Year's. You're going to see these. So yeah, they're not really that special. Let's see. Sunglasses Squirtle. I'm going to put these in the B tier simply because when it comes to these three, they're very unique. Basically, for Squirtle Community Day, when you did field research tasks, you could potentially get these, and I think for Community Day Classic as well, that was essentially the only time we could get them. I think they came back for like one special event, but these are actually quite rare. In fact, my Shundo Blastoise, I think, is actually the sunglasses one, so that's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna put these in the B tier, just like with the clone ones. You don't really ever see them, and yeah, that's specifically why. All right, Butterfree with the ribbon. I think we see this pretty much every time there is a fashion week, so we're gonna put that there. This one is pretty much, actually I'm gonna put this in the trash tier just because we see this every New Year, literally every New Year. It's not that special. All right, we got so many Pikachus to go over. Oh my goodness, you can see right here if I'm scrolling down, literally a majority of the costume Pokemon are Pikachus. But each individual one is actually quite unique. I don't actually remember which most of these are, but we'll do the best. So this one I'm gonna put in the C tier. This one is gonna be a B tier. I think this was for one of the special events. This is also like the Go Fest one, New Year's, we'll put in trash. Birthday one, I'll put here. This one I think is another Go Fest one. Pretty much all the Go Fest ones I'm gonna put in here because we'll never see them again. At least, I think we will not. I don't even know what this one is. It looks like it's, I'll put it in the trash tier, I guess. Whatever costume it is, you can't even see it. This one is another New Year's one. This one I'm gonna put in the A tier. This is the HF hat Pikachu. Only for I think like 3 days we had this Pokemon. Like they never brought it back, and it was only available for like 3 days. Yeah, super rare one. If you have a shiny of this, it is probably the rarest one in your collection. Like I happen to have one. Yeah, this one is super rare. I'm gonna put in the A tier. Halloween one, we've seen this so many times. This one as well. Detective Pikachu, this is another special one. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. They have brought it back every now and then. It's gonna be quite rare. Oh, and I guess I should explain this. I guess the logic that I'm having with these tiers is that I'm going off of rarity, and I'm also going off of just uniqueness. Specifically with rarity, I'm putting a lot of emphasis on rarity. So for example, this Detective Pikachu, until they bring out another Detective Pikachu game, I don't think we'll ever see this again. Maybe for like an anniversary of the Detective Pikachu game. Like, they never bring it back. So it is kind of unique. But they have brought it back more often than this one, mainly because this one is so rare. Like this one, this is the 4th anniversary Pikachu. We're probably never going to see it again. They've always had some different variations of the balloon air Pikachu, but yeah, once again, super rare. 5th anniversary one as well. I don't think we'll ever see those again. These are pretty much completely unique to when they were released. All right, now these are all of these special location Pikachus. And the reason why I'm putting them in S tier as opposed to A tier is because on top of them having a very limited release, like literally just a couple of days, they were only in specific locations. Like I think, for example, like one of these is for like Brazil, or actually I think this one is the Jeju Island event. Jeju Island is like a very remote location in Korea. So not even if you live in Seoul, Korea, would you go to Jeju Island for this event. So it was like so specific. And I think all of these is the same thing. They might have brought back some of these every now and then. I can't recall which one. But for now, I'm going to put these in the S tier because very, very few people have these. And if you have a shiny version of it, oh my goodness, that's going to be one of the rarest Pokemon in the game that you have in your collection. All right, so we got some more. I think this is another Go Fest one. I'm gonna put this here. This one I think is a Go Fest. I can see the little cherry art. Actually, no, I think this is for one of these spring events. I'll put in the D tier for now. We got more Go Fest ones. Yeah, you're gonna see that a lot of these Pikachus are specifically tied to Go Fest. We got this one. All right, we're already filling up a second row. Go Fest, Go Tour. Yeah, you're gonna see that with a lot of like Go Fest and Go Tour events. They're going to release like a costume Pikachu with them, and they're going to be exclusive to those events. So unfortunately, if you did not go to Go Tour last year, you're not gonna ever get these Pikachu. Maybe they'll bring them back. I think every now and then they've brought back at least one of these, maybe for something specific to that region. I actually do not recall, but yeah, they're not necessarily that special. This is going to be the very first Halloween Pikachu. So the very first time we had a Halloween event, they introduced this Pikachu. And, or actually I think it was the second one. Regardless, very common one. We've seen it so often. Same with this one. Yeah, the Halloween and New Year's ones you're going to see down here because we pretty much see them every year. The Rayquaza hat one, I'm going to put in the C tier because just like these, I don't think they brought them back that often. Christmas one, another one that we've seen so often. This one I think is another Christmas one. Yeah, I'm gonna actually put these, yeah, right here. This one I think is another special event one. This is another New Year's one. Yeah, we're kind of flying through this, I realized. I'm just kind of sorting through these as fast as I can because my goodness, there's so many of these that we got to get through. So yeah, I think for now, when it comes to the Pikachus, this kind of makes sense. If I were to just simply group them, which I feel like I should have, the Go Fest and the Go Tour exclusives, I'm going to put in the B tier. These are going to be in the S tier simply because of just how rare they are. I don't think I've ever seen these. I think only very few people in the world have these, and for those who spoof, I guess. But like, these are so rare. Like these variants ones, I don't think a lot of players have them. Maybe some of the more recent ones, because I do believe you could remote raid to get them, but yeah, I just simply haven't seen them. Umbreon hat one, I'm gonna put in the C tier. Same with the Charmander hat. Like these, like, they are also rare, because I don't think they brought them back, but I feel like they're very common enough where people will have them. Yeah. All right, so this is the Hawaiian hat. Well, was it the Hawaiian shirt one? I think this was tied to a very specific event, kind of like this one. But I think I've seen many of them before. Let's see. This one is, I think, one of the exclusives for Worlds, maybe? Lucha Libre. All right, so in terms of appearance, I'm gonna put this up here. But in terms of rarity, I'm gonna put it down here. If this was in terms of appearance, yeah, I think this would be an A tier just because of how cool this and unique this one is. But I think when you compound it with rarity, it's going to be a C tier just because a lot of players have this. I think there was even one time where they had a special research where you didn't even have to hit like the highest rank in PvP and you could just get one. So yeah, it's not rare at all. This I believe is another GoFest one. Luffy hat. All right, so yeah, in terms of rarity, this is going to be a C tier, but in terms of personal preference, I would put this in the S tier just because I myself am a huge One Piece fan, so when they had this collaboration, it was mind-blowing. I was like, probably one of the most stoked I could be. Unfortunately, I never got the shiny of it, which like made me really sad because I do like the shiny. Like I would have liked the shiny version just because of how rare it is. But yeah, unfortunately, I never got it. Oh, and the two that I put up here, I think they're also GoFest exclusive, so that's why they're there. This one I'm gonna put in the trash tier. The Ash Hat Pikachu, we've seen so many times. It's one of those that they keep bringing back. Yeah. Professor Pikachu, I'm gonna put in the same as the C tier. This is the reward for the, what is it? The Pokestop Showcase medal. Like if you hit platinum on it, I believe you get this. It's one of those where like, as long as you're doing Pokestop Showcases, you're eventually going to get it. It's not going to be super rare. If you get the shiny version, though, yeah, I guess that would be incredibly rare. So, yeah. All right, Rockstar, or Popstar and Rockstar. I'm going to put these in the B tier because of just how rare and unique they are. They were GoFest exclusives, but I do think they brought them back every now and then. So I think because of that, I'm going to put them in the C tier because for some reason they do bring them back. A lot of these are like exclusive to just that GoFest, so you don't ever see them make a return, but these two I've actually seen come back to the game quite often. Very interesting. I think it's another GoFest. I think some of these are pretty much the same. They're just a different coloration. This one as well. So more GoFest exclusives. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going down here. These are more GoFest exclusives. I think they're from the most recent one. This one is, I believe, the top, what is it? The Safari Pikachu? Is that what it is? This one, I believe, was an exclusive to GoFest. Oh, sorry, Pikachu. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. This is one of those that is exclusive to India for a very specific holiday, and I feel like it's not that difficult to get it because a lot of players tend to remote raid for it and all that stuff, but for some reason, I think it's one of the most unique Pikachus because you don't ever see this unless you live in India, of course. But even within India, I think it's kind of a bit of an uncommon spawn, so you don't ever really get a chance to get it. All right, Lucario, it's going to be here with all these other hats. I don't know what this is. Actually, I think this is yeah, it might be the flower one. So, pretty common one. This is another common one for some reason. This was quite unique originally, but then they kept bringing it back. So, kind of lost this uniqueness. Another GoFest one. I think this is also a GoFest one. I think these are all the world's, what is it, the World Championship ones? Yeah, we don't ever see these come back. Or actually, are these exclusive to certain regions? Kind of like these up here. I actually do not know, but I believe these are super rare. I could be wrong. I could double check later. This one we've seen very often, just like with the Ash Hat. They tend to bring this one back. Another World's exclusive. I'm going to put this one up here. I think a lot of people have this one because, yeah, it was a common spawn last year, but it's going to have a lot of rarity over time. They're not going to bring it back. And I think for anyone who has a shiny version of it, yeah, it's a super rare one. I think this is another Worlds one. Same with this. These are going to be super rare. You should definitely hold on to them. Yeah, I think this is another one. Holiday. This is going to be trash. Every year, holiday season, we get this one. I think this one as well. Yeah, you're going to find that a lot of these, it's like, we've seen them so often. Like, they're going to come back every holiday, like wherever it's from. Like the New Year's ones. I like to put these in the D tier, specifically because I think you have to. They're slowing down on releasing them, I feel. Oh, this one's actually up here with all the Halloween ones. These three, I think, not every Halloween we've seen them. These, not every New Year's we've seen them. So yeah, that is my logic. But this one we've seen pretty much every New Year. Same with this one. So we're gonna put these here. We got the Raichus now. This one is gonna be up here because it's the evolved form of this HF hat. Man, this is like, I'm surprised like a lot of players don't realize how rare these are. They're quite rare. This is the Detective Raichu. I'm gonna put it up here. Halloween down here. We're gonna start seeing multiple rows. Yep, there we go. Yeah, just bear with me while I clean this out. We got so many of these. I believe this is the Flower Crown. Yeah, there you go right there. There. Also Flower Crown. Trash. Trash. And this one I'm gonna put here. Alright, so that cleans out all the Pikachus, and just to recap, most of these Go Fest exclusive ones are like Detective Pikachu, the ones that we haven't seen in a while. They're going to be in the B tier for that reason. You're not going to see these Pokemon ever, I don't think. Same with the clone ones. I think the cloned starters, we haven't seen those and we probably won't. There's actually one more clone that goes with it. I think that's what that one was, actually, now that I think about it. This, I think, is the cloned Pikachu. So we actually have to put this back up here. Now that I think about it, I think it's cloned Pikachu. If we could look closely, I'm pretty sure the ears are going to have the funky spikes. So that's how you're going to know. But yeah, anyway. All right, so we got these two Niddos. They are more recent additions, but I do believe they're going to come back. I don't think they were exclusive to that one event that we had earlier this year. So I'm going to put these in the D tier for now, but if there is a chance that they do not ever return, these will definitely shoot up to maybe at least the B tier. But yeah, so far this is looking pretty accurate. Nidoran, this is Nidorino. This is another one that we see every year. These I feel like we've seen these pretty much every Halloween since they came out. So it makes sense to put them here. The ribbon ones I think are also pretty common with every year's Fashion Week. Same with these Dittos. This one as well. I'm just putting these here. Oh, this one's actually, yeah, I'm gonna put these here. This one I'm gonna put here. This one is actually a Go Fest exclusive, so it's gonna go in the B tier. Yeah, I'm just flying through this. Hope you guys don't mind. This is the team specific Ponyta and Rapidash. So these are the Valor ones you can see right here. These are going to be common. They do release these quite often for some reason. They originally were part of some sort of team event. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, these are essentially Pokemon we've seen quite often. Detective Pikachu, or it's actually Detective Slowbro. I'm going to put this here for the same reason as this. Very quite rare. I think the last time they did some sort of tie-in event to Detective Pikachu, that's when they brought this in. So we've seen Detective Pikachu itself, I think, twice, and then we've seen this once. We might see them again, but for now, I'm going to consider them kind of like event exclusives. If you have these, they're quite rare, high probability they're never going to come back. Yeah, that's why it's there. Speaking of which, this one I'm actually going to put, oh my god, we got to do this. I'm going to put this one in the A tier, because this was specific to 2020. So very much like these, where they were year exclusives, this one is going to be specific to 2020. It's quite a unique one. Same with this. This was actually the year after they introduced this one. This is the 2021 Slowbro. So pretty cool. Yep, we got some more New Year's. Pretty much all of these Gengars have come back in one shape or another. I see them so commonly now that I just never care for them. These are also a yearly Pokemon. These are the Dia de Muertos Cubone family. Flower Crown, Chansey we see pretty much every spring. This is the other team one. Same with this. I believe this is one of the new ones, but we've seen it I think twice now. Oh boy, so we got all these EVs now, and we're actually flying right through. So we're almost done. When it comes to the EVs, it's hard to tell. Some of these, like Pikachu, are kind of like exclusives and some are like just very common. I believe these are the Flower Crowns. I'm going to put these in the D tier. And I guess at the same time, we should put their evolutions in as well. Wow, I really did not filter this through, I feel. So I could be putting in the wrong ones, but for now, let's just say all the Flower Crowns are gonna go into, we're gonna go into the D tier for the flower crowns. I believe this is right. I could be making a mistake here. Where are you? Yeah, Glaceon, and we got Espeon. What are we missing? Oh, Leafeon. Yeah, let's put these flower crowns in here. Yeah, my logic for this is pretty straightforward. I think when it comes to the EV evolutions, some of them we see way too often. Others we've only seen maybe once or twice. So yeah, that's a specific reason why. Like for this one, this is, I believe, the Safari Zone one. Then we're gonna put it there. This is the Christmas one, I believe. So this one we're gonna put in the D tier as well. New Year's as well. Oh boy, that's pretty sad. This was a GoFest exclusive, same with this one. And then I believe these are also exclusives, or actually this is the holiday one. My god, yeah, some of these are just whatever. Yeah, I'll just put them here. Let's actually just put all the EV evolutions in here. I believe they only release EV evolutions ones if there was like an event for it. And it's like, we do see them return. So I'm just gonna throw them all in here. Yeah, again, check my work. I could be completely wrong with all this stuff. Yeah, I don't see a reason why we gotta go through every single EV evolution individually when we could kind of just group them up. But yeah, maybe there is one of these EV evolutions that are actually exclusive to some event. If that is the case, definitely say it in the comments below, because I could be making a mistake here. Alright, anyway, let's move on to some Snorlaxes. These are all pretty much super rare. So we're gonna put these in the B tier, these right here, because those are from GoFest and Safari Zone, or I think this one was Go Tour. No, yeah. I know these were GoFest. I know this was GoFest. This one I believe as well. I actually have a shiny of this one. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. But this one, the sleeping one, pretty much everyone can get this one. So I'm gonna put in the C tier. It's kind of in the same boat as, where are you? Maybe not C tier, maybe B tier. This is what I should be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna put these here. So it's kind of in the same boat as like the Professor Pikachu. Where did I put the Professor Pikachu? Oh yeah, so this would be in the C tier. As long as you get a Pokemon GO++, you'll get a special research that will allow you to get this sleepy Snorlax. And I think they've also had it in some events. So it's not that rare. The shiny one is definitely rare. Not everyone is gonna have the shiny. But in general, it's going to be one of those that everyone has access to it. You don't have to, like, you're not going to be like missing out on it because you did not attend some event. On the flip side, this Satchel Aerodactyl was exclusive to a GoFest, and you will not see it again, unfortunately. All right, we got more fashion ones. We got some New Year's ones. Let's just throw these in here for now. Let me just clean this up a bit because I want to give some attention to this guy right here. So we're going to do that in a second here. Yeah, pretty much all these Pichus are holiday ones, and we see them so often. All right, so Armored Mewtwo. This one at this point has become one of the rare ones, and this is the one I was talking about earlier, where it's like, I guess the fourth or the fifth clone Pokemon. But I'm actually going to put this in the A tier. Now, the thing is with Armored Mewtwo, they brought it back twice, but it's one of those Pokemon that is actually incredibly useful. A lot of people actually want this Pokemon. It's really good for PvP. In some cases, it could be good for raid battles. It's a really solid Pokemon, but unfortunately, not a lot of players are going to have it. But it's going to be an A tier. I think a lot of players find this one to be incredibly unique, and it's, at this point, years later since it was released, it's actually quite rare. And I don't even think a lot of players even have the shiny version. Alright, so where'd you go? These are going to be in the trash, because they are Flower Crown and we see them pretty much all the time. These are the fashion ones. So even though like Flower Crown, like we see like some of these maybe should be like some of these should be down here because we see them pretty much every year. But I will say there are times where they might retire it and they may not release it. So just in case, I'm gonna separate them. Basically, between D and trash, there's very small margins, and it's mainly because we see these so often. Like, for example, all these New Year's ones, like I said, like, yeah, they should belong here with these New Year's ones, but these we've seen so often, but these we do not. So yeah, that might be the reason why. Actually, now that I think about it, some of these Halloween ones might have been retired and we haven't seen them in a while, so they might be rare. Yeah, if that's the case, then definitely let me know. But for now, let's just start throwing these in. New Year's, Halloween. These are actually brand new. These were introduced literally this year. Some of you might have started to see these. I guarantee you we're going to see them again. They're not going to be that rare. Delibird is not rare. This one's not rare. Another fashion one. This is actually that team... Was it? Yeah, Team Elekid. Let's see. Flower Crown. Yeah, Chansey. I think Chansey too. Where are you, Chansey? Rapini. Yeah, these are going to be down here. Oh, nope, it's down here. All right, we'll pair it with its family. Yeah, the reason why Flower Crowns, like, actually, these are trash. I've seen them pretty much every time. I even have a Shundo of one of these. Like, that's how common they are. Yeah, never mind. All right, so this one is going to be up here. This is actually one of the Go Fest exclusive Zigzagoons. It's one of the Go Fest. They actually had like a theme of like a music festival theme. So they had like a crazy amount of costume Pokemon for that one specific Go Fest. It was actually quite interesting. But it ended up producing a lot of super rare Pokemon. I think this was actually one of them. And then also, of course, the Rockstar and Popstar Pikachu. Like, that was a really solid Go Fest. And I do miss it, to be honest with you. All right, so these have become kind of common, unfortunately. I'm going to put these down here. We see this one every year. These are going to be the Dia de Muertos ones. I'm going to put them, I think, in here somewhere. Yeah, we'll just throw them in here. Yeah, sorry for these like downtimes, but literally there's so many custom Pokemon that I just wanted to speed through this. Just get to the really good ones, like this one. This is another one of those Go Fest exclusives. You could kind of see, you could tell by the little hats. That's how you know that they were from the one Go Fest with the music festival. Another fashion one. No, we'll keep it in D tier. Holiday one, D. I believe these were Go Fest exclusives. No, they weren't. So I think at originally, like these ones with like the May and Dawn hats or whatever, like these were actually exclusive to, I think, a Go tour, but they've been bringing them back like constantly. So unfortunately, I'm going to throw these in here just because we've seen them so often. Actually, I'm going to throw them in the C. Because they are still quite rare, they're not necessarily going to be that common, but they're starting to become common. Like, they're bringing them back quite enough, where we're going to start seeing them, you know, it's not going to be considered rare anymore. Like this one, it's at that point, because it's been returned so many times that these are almost going to be in the trash tier at this point. All right, and then this one as well is in the fashion. We're going to put these in here. I believe this is the Team Instinct one. We're going to put it here. And then we got, I believe these are Flower Crown Baneri. It's going to be down here. Oh, and this one is the Dia de Muertos one. Yeah, we're pretty much buzzing through this at this point. Most of these are just common. We see them all the time. Just to give you a bit of an explainer, the ones that I'm throwing in the D tier right now, these are the Fashion Week ones. This one was introduced every year with Fashion Week. They introduce some new costume Pokemon, and then every year after that, we are able to catch it. So initially, they can be quite rare, but then over the years, their commonality like becomes a lot higher. Like this one. This used to be quite rare, and it was actually quite a nice little surprise when it initially came out, but now we see it every holiday season. So, you know, it's losing a lot of its rarity. I think actually one of these was exclusive to one of the Halloweens. If I'm wrong there, definitely say so in the comments. I believe one of these Gengars, now that I think about it, was exclusive. Maybe it was this one, but we'll keep it in the trash tier. So many people have them. Yeah, actually, just in case, I'm gonna put them here. My god. I did do a lot of research regarding these costume Pokemon because there's such a sheer number of them, I did not do like a deep dive into each one before I jumped in. I'm just kind of going off of recollection, kind of my own personal experiences. These are, oh my god, these are so common. Yeah, we're gonna throw these here. This is one of the new ones, the new costume Pokemon, and this one, and this one, and this one. All right, we're actually closing off with some rare ones, so bear with me. This one is actually, I think, new, pretty new. And this one, it's the third evolution of the Halloween one. Okay, so we're down to these three. Now, why did I save these three for last? Well, first and foremost, this is the 9th anniversary gimme goal, which means we're probably only going to be able to get this for this past year. We might not come back again. And if you were to get the shiny of this, I think that would definitely be rare. So this is going to be in the A tier. It's going to be one of those, like, not everyone's going to have it. Yeah, I think I even have a shiny of it, which I got really lucky with. And then this one is another Go Fest exclusive. I'm going to put this here. But the thing is with this one, it's like, yeah, you're not going to see it again. It's very similar to these ones, like the music themed one. Like this year they had kind of like a weird like train theme. So yeah, that's why it's in here. It was like a weird London theme. All right, and then finally, this Beware. This is going to be the Wild Area event exclusive this year. And it's going to be the one, I think like, the one thing about this that's going to be unique is that you could get a Mighty version of it. So that would be really cool. If you were to get a Mighty Beware with this costume, that would be incredibly unique. It could have really high IVs if you get the shiny version of it and it's a Shundo. Super lucky there. But yeah, that's going to be in the same league as some of these Go Fest exclusives. We're probably never going to see them again. And if you happen to have them, especially a shiny version, definitely hold on to it. It's going to be incredibly unique. And then these are also going to be, I would say, even rarer, just because they were only around for such a limited time and only for one specific year. Like some of these have the potential to come back. I think like the cloned ones have come back more than once. And then of course these have come back 3 times at this point. And then some of these, they might bring them back for whatever reason. Yeah. So there you go. This is pretty much as accurate as it can be, in my opinion, based on what I said earlier. I mean, somewhat accurate. I know some of these can be changed around. If you look at the D tier, it's such a massive list. But again, the line between these two is like so small. Like, you could probably throw all of these up here, all of these down here, but these are basically all the costume Pokemon that we're going to see every year, for whatever event. But I could be wrong. Like, again, like some of these Gengars could be, oh no, this one we see all the time, but some of these Gengars could have been exclusive to their specific year. I know this one in particular we've seen quite often, like I think 3 Halloweens in a row we've seen this one. Same with this one, I've seen this one as well. This one I think is the newest one, so we haven't seen this one as often, but again, I think they make a reappearance quite enough where they are not going to be rare enough to be up here or up here, but they're going to be down here. And as they continue to get released and become more common, they'll start falling down to right here. So, yeah. Oh, okay, so there you go. This is every single costume Pokemon that currently exists in Pokemon Go, and I feel like this was such a long video. But yeah, let me know your thoughts regarding this tier list down below. Is there something in particular that you really enjoyed about it? Is there a particular costume Pokemon that is your favorite? Definitely share what that is, and yeah, let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget the notification bell as well, because that's how you're gonna know when I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to every single one of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the best way you can do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to personally add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. So that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, different things like that. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see right now on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow. That'll be a huge help to my channel, and you'll have access to some exclusive content. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next one.